welcome back. Jamie Jan, Non-Toxic Farm Mom, and it is time for video number 2 in our series on growing food in your garden. You too can grow your own garden, and it is not hard. So stop overthinking. Hopefully you checked out video number 1, all right, on how I plant and get started inside with the bare minimum, okay? My goal is always to teach you cost-effective ways to grow things, or to be non-toxic, or to be sustainable. We want all of those things. They don't have to cost an arm and a leg. And so while I know that there are people that grow great, wonderful vegetables and they have a lighting system and all of that, my goal is to teach you that you don't need all those things. Like, I remember growing up as a child, my parents started their vegetables inside in Indiana in late February. My grandma, my aunts, my uncles, they all did the same thing. Everybody had beautiful gardens and they used what they had. My mom didn't have big fancy lights or even heat mats. I actually have a few heat mats for seed starting. She didn't have any of those things. They just planted sometimes in Dixie cups and egg cartons, whatever they could find. And the gardens were always big and beautiful. And so that's one of my goals here. So we are at the transplanting phase. Actually, we're kind of beyond that. Some of my plants have gone crazy, but I want you to see in a minute, some of my plants have gone crazy and some of my plants didn't do so well. And all the seeds were from the same company, and I used the same soil and the same heat mat. So that's always interesting to me. But I'm going to show you what we've got, and then I'm just going to show you how simple it is to transplant your seedlings so they can start thriving inside, and you can get them ready to go outside for a little bit and start hardening up so that when the weather is right, you can get them put into your garden and they're ready to go, and you're going to be looking forward to a great harvest in the fall. Okay, so before we go any further, I just want to bring you back to my table. Remember, this is my office. I am blessed to have a sunroom, so you can see I have these windows that go floor to ceiling all the way around. So it's great because I have light. I do have one light that I invested in last year, super cheap, and it's great because it just adds a little bit more light. Once your plants get to the seedling stage, they need like 12 to 14 hours of daylight, but they need dark too. I mean, you know, if they were out in the garden, right, they're going to have a dark time, but they need a little bit more light than what my room provides, because, you know, the sun kind of goes to the other side of the house. So let me show you what we've got here. So you may have remembered, if you checked out my video and were along for the ride of planting, I planted several types of tomatoes, and I also started my loofah. So if you have not seen my loofah video, check that out. I'll drop the link right here. I love loofah. No, you can't eat it, but that's not what we use it for. You know, we actually literally use it as a loofah sponge, but it is a super slow growing plant. So you can see, here's my loofah. They are so beautiful. They've actually already started to vine, which is crazy because it's only February. So I'm gonna have to transplant these sweethearts into much bigger pots, and then they will require some more time outside because they cannot, like, they'll have to harden up a lot. These guys are super sensitive to temperature, and I want them to thrive. I'm gonna be able to have some to sell too, which we'll talk about in a minute. So you can see here, I also have some loofahs. So here's 4 loofah plants that I planted into bigger pots. They will start to vine. That's why I put a pencil in here. But I usually put stuff, but they'll start to vine inside and take over. Okay, so I've got my Golden Jubilee. If you remember from my video, I'm a yellow tomato girl. Look at these. Look, they are well beyond transplanting. Normally you only have to get to their first real leaves before you transplant them. But we've had a busy life, and, you know, life gets in the way. So I'm going to have lots of Golden Jubilees for myself and some to sell to friends and family. And then we have our yellow cherry tomato plants and our regular cherry tomato plants, tons of them. Oh my gosh. I will probably only keep a few of these, and I will gift or sell the rest to other families. Yes. Okay, so this is the thriving end of the table. These all started over here, but I want you to see, so all of my tomatoes came from the same company, Rebel Gardens. They were all started in things like this, but these guys aren't doing as well. And we have kept them watered. We started them on seed mats. You can see I have 4 seed mats, so I didn't like invest a ton of money. These heat mats are very good though for warming. So we're gonna try to save, let's see, we're gonna try to save some beefsteaks, and we're gonna try to save these black prints. I'm not sure about the rest of these. Oh, I've got a few blush. The blush did not come from the same company. And these I was super excited about, but I'm disappointed that we didn't get very many. So some of these are gonna need to be replanted. I'm gonna have to get some seeds from a different company and give them a try, because obviously I need big tomatoes in my garden, because we grow tomatoes like to make our own salsa and our own salsa and our own sauces and all of those good things. So I'm gonna need more. Okay, so we are gonna transplant some of these. So get ready. It's super easy. There is no rocket science involved. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay, well, my handy dandy little timer and remote is not working. Oh, I think it just started working. That's hilarious. Okay, so it wasn't working, so you got my finger starting just real life here. And you have my son's Target above my head. See, it's just all real life here at our little farm. So, transplanting is so easy, you guys. I almost feel ridiculous. But you know what? I want to share with you because I had to learn, and I know I have picked up some tips and tricks along the way. So the first thing I want to tell you is, if you have purchased seedlings from a nursery or wherever, one of the things that will save you money is you just save your pots over and over and over again. And I know some people don't like to use the plastic ones because it's not environmentally as great. You can get the Jiffy ones, the Jiffy pots. That way you can tear off the bottom and just plop them in. It just goes right into the soil. And I do use these. I just really like the plastic ones, but I like to recycle, okay? And so a plant expert will tell you that you probably should sterilize and wash them out in between uses from season to season, just in case you have a plant that might have a disease or whatever. I like to just leave them sit out in the sun when I'm done and let nature do its thing, okay? So I like to save these and reuse them. I like to use them in different sizes. So over the years before I started doing my own seeds, I have accumulated things. I do have some sources on Amazon where I get some of these. Like, I like to have different sizes, okay? That way I can grow things bigger, or like I started earlier this year, so my plants are gonna get bigger before I actually get the privilege of putting them in the garden. Luckily, I'm in the South, so I do have an earlier planting time than a lot of you. So just pay attention to your zones. You can Google that and look it up, but have different sizes available. It'll make the growing part more enjoyable. And I like to play in dirt. Dirt is super therapeutic. Now, most of the time, I like to kind of mix and match and make my own soil. I get some of my soil and my compost from the farmer's market. Sometimes I'm blessed to get it right here on my own farm. If you have rabbits by any chance, rabbits are a good source of fertilizer. So they are actually a cold fertilizer, so they will not hurt your plants. You can mix it right in with the soil. You can come and top dress it. Worm castings are good. There are all kinds of things you can add in. Now, I will tell you, this has been a crazy year for us. And so, you know what? I don't usually just go out and pick up and buy bags of soil, but as you saw in video number 1, I just picked up some of the Jiffy seed starter soil, and that's okay. All right, do what you can. Make changes. Anything is better than nothing, and you're going to be growing your own vegetables regardless. So this time I just happened to pick up an all natural Miracle Grow all-purpose container mix. This isn't something I would typically use, but I knew I needed to get these transplanted, and I'm gonna be gone the rest of the week. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna grab some bags and we're gonna go. So you guys, this is so easy, okay? So I like to leave a couple of plants in a pot, all right? So I just like to look through, pick out, you know, if you have some weak ones, I know this is hard, but if you have some teeny tiny ones that aren't growing and it's time to transplant, you can decide, you can take them and put them into one pot, or you can just pluck them, all right? You want the stronger ones to survive, obviously. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to literally just put some soil into here, okay? And I don't fill it all the way up. Sorry, I have something in my eye. We're like totally real life. I probably have dirt in my eye. Hold on. Okay, so I don't fill it all the way up. Can you see? And there's a reason for that. I'm also working in a tray so that you can see. All right, so these are trays that I purchased on Amazon. I think I put in video number 1. The exact ones that I purchased aren't available anymore, but I'll try to link some other ones. You can also pick these up probably at your local farm stores if you try to support local farms. Walmart has them, Target has them, you know, any place that has a planting section will have them. Again, I save these from year to year, but this is so that when I water, the water doesn't go all over my my office area in here, okay? And then what I do is I like to water at the end. Some people will tell you, I'm gonna put this bag down here. Some people will tell you to go ahead and soak your soil. When I'm transplanting, I just wait and I water all at the end. And the good thing about the tray is the extra water will be down there and the plants will soak it up through their roots. So that's another cool thing about having the tray system as well. So I have, this one has 4. I'm going to try to carefully divide it so that I get 2 and 2. They're probably big enough that I could just do 1, but I'm gonna leave 2 in a pot, okay? So I literally just take it and I dump it out very carefully. You see what I'm doing? Sorry, I was looking. Just dump it out. You're gonna be messy. The dirt is so much fun. All right, so then I, see how I have it like this? I just divide the roots. Let me get them divided here. I'm sorry, my camera's not at a very good angle. So now I have 2 and 2. I'm gonna put 2 back in the other pot, and I'm gonna put 2 in here. And I have to tell you, the soil is nice and moist, which means my husband did an amazing job of keeping these plants alive while I was gone for 4 days. That was his sole job, his sole purpose. You can come through. We're doing real life. Sorry, teenager number 3 is walking through. Okay, so that's it. And then I'm gonna get a little more dirt and I'm gonna top that up. So I keep a little cup and I just fill up my dirt and top it off so that they have room to grow. So I probably put like half the dirt in and then I top it off. That way they've got a support system. They're firmly down in there so that they can grow. I know they look like they're leaning right now, but they will grow. And that's part of what having them in a lighted area, the room will do. All right, so that's it. That's transplanting. That's it. Fill it up, water it. We're gonna do it, okay? So I'm gonna be transplanting all of these. It's gonna take me a little bit of time, but I'm gonna come back when I'm finished and show you what we've got. And my remote is not working now. I think it might need a new battery. So you get to see me turn off my camera. Guys, I got the yellow pear. They're the little yellow cherry tomatoes. I call them yellow cherry tomatoes, but they're yellow pear. They're my favorite. I got those divided. They're all either but like singles or doubles, depending on like if I didn't think that some of them were strong enough yet to move. There are over 45 of them, so I won't be needing that many. I probably will keep about 5 for me, and I will sell the others. I love being able to sell plants to people for like $1 or $2 a plant, because I want people to be able to have access. So that's one of the reasons I try to grow extra, so that I can help other people. I did not get the red cherries transplanted yet. That's gonna happen tomorrow, because I'm running low on pots, and there's like so many of them. Look at them. There's like, I can't wait to see how many there really are. I really want to get these golden jubilees transplanted, so that's what I'm going to do tonight, because I sowed these seeds in like a flat, like one of these, and these guys thrived. Holy cow. I mean, I can't believe, like, they're from the same seed company, and I planted them all on the same day. Like, it's a jungle of golden jubilee, which is great because they're my favorite. But I want to get these transplanted because I want to be able to have them ready to get hardened up outside, and I'm going to have these big beautiful plants ready to go in the garden after we don't have to worry about frost down here. So that's next. The queen of practical. I want to teach you how to do things on a low cost budget, right? I don't want you to spend anything. Well, here is a prime example. Okay, it's dark outside. I know that I have a few more pots. I'm running really low outside someplace, and I don't want to go out there in the dark. So I have a few more tomato plants that I really want to get transplanted tonight. And here is what I went and grabbed. Yep, the solo cups. All right, so these solo cups are great. You poke some holes in the bottom for drainage, and then they're ready to go. So we are going to use solo cups to transplant the rest of our tomato plants. I have a few more golden jubilees that I really want to get out of there and into individual pots, or at least 2 in a pot. So here's my solo cup filled with dirt. I poked holes in the bottom for drainage, and these are going to be awesome. All right, so use what you have. That is my goal here, to teach you that you can be sustainable. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg. As things grow and you get some income coming in, either from selling plants to other people or having a little vegetable stand or whatever, put some of that money away, and then you will find things that you like, certain trays, certain types of things that you like to transplant into. Then you can spend a little bit of money. But y'all, you can do this with literally with paper cups to start with. Use what you have, or use what is inexpensive, so that growing food really is way less expensive and more economical than buying them from other people or buying them from the grocery store, or, you know, and in some cases we might not even be able to get them, you know, who knows. So grow your own veggies. I challenge you, plant some seeds, grow your own veggies. You can do this. All right, I have lots of tomatoes transplanted. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Look at this table. It is beautiful. So tomorrow I need to transplant some loofah and put them like in individual bigger pots, because loofah will be really big by the time we put it in the garden. So I need it to be in big pots, but all but the little cherry tomatoes are transplanted. We have so many tomatoes. And then I had some time to plant some Roma seeds. And if you remember video number 1, these are my favorite little containers for growing seeds, for starting seeds. So we've got Roma started, and we have some Red Delicious started, organics, and I planted some more blush. I was super excited to find these blush tomatoes. You saw the first video, then you know how excited I am. But I only have 3 seeds that sprouted out of those. So hopefully it was my error and not seed error, and we will get a few more plants. And I went ahead and transplanted the beefsteak that I did get. I will plant some more because we'll need a lot more of those. But the table is just growing fabulous. So there's a sneak peek at the little table. This will grow over the next month or so. I'll probably have to put another table in here, but I love that we have this. So find a spot in your home. It doesn't have to be big. I wouldn't use a windowsill, but find a spot, a table, a corner, someplace that gets good light. If you can't get good light, don't spend tons of money, but a light like this, I think I linked this on Amazon, or it's from Amazon. I think I put the link in video number 1 in the description, but it's awesome. I mean, it's super small, and I don't think it was more than like $20 or $25, but the stand goes up higher, and I can leave it like right here in the middle like it is, and it gets pretty good coverage. Sometimes I'll turn it like, here, I'll show you. I'll turn it this way during the morning. So this is down here, and then I'll rotate it and give this side a little bit. The seeds don't need it. They don't need light until they're actually little green things sprouting from the dirt. So I hope you have enjoyed transplanting with me. This has been so much fun. So I hope you've enjoyed transplanting. All right, remember, if you haven't watched video number 1, oh, the light is like right there. Okay, if you haven't watched video number 1, this is going to be a series. So this is video number 2. Head back and watch video number 1. I will link it here at the end. Go back and watch video number 1, how I plant seeds and how you can start them inside so they're ready to grow and healthy to plant in the actual dirt in your garden. And whether it's a real, like, a plot of land, whether it's a raised bed, whatever you have, you can start growing food. And you don't have to have a big yard. You can grow your own food. Try it. You're going to be so proud of yourselves. So this is video number 2. Check back in a few weeks. We'll have video number 3 when it starts warming up outside, and how I take my plants outside and start hardening them up to get them ready to go in the garden. They do need that. They need to get acclimated to the outdoors to be successful. But I can't wait for this whole video series. I hope it's helpful for you. I am so glad you are part of our journey. I could not do this without you, so thank you for clicking that subscribe button below. Share this with your friends. Bring everybody along. We are having fun learning about non-toxic sustainable living on a budget. So make sure you subscribe to Jamie Jan Non-Toxic Farm Mom, and I'll be back soon. Leave me a comment. I love your comments. Leave me a comment about something that you're going to grow this year for your family in your garden. Bye, y'all.